Our next guest is best known for his hit Comedy Central television show, Dr. Katz, Professional Therapist. Take a listen.
If I characterized you as being hyper-vigilant about your surroundings, does that describe you, do you think? Is that
I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure myself. I'm just working from a text here. But you have all the symptoms of one of those guys.
Well, that is the voice of comedian Jonathan Katz, and after 20-plus years in the comedy business, he's out with his first ever stand-up album.
My wife finally convinced me after all these years to sign what's called a living will. I don't know if you're familiar with this term. Basically, it's a document that gives her the right, in the event that I become attached to some kind of mechanical device, to terminate my life. Yesterday, I'm on the exercise bike. You know what?
Delivery's hilarious. He's celebrating the release of Jonathan Katz, Caffeinated, with a pair of shows this Friday and Saturday at Jimmy Tingle's off-Broadway in Cambridge. Welcome, Jonathan Katz.
Well, Karen, it's so nice to be here. The ride was harrowing.
Really, all 5 minutes of it?
Well, you know, the weather out there is nuts. Oh, no, it's not nuts. It's nice. But, you know, what happened yesterday was I lost my side view mirror on the driver's side. So I can only make right turns now.
You know, I read somewhere where UPS drivers are just doing that now.
I think so, but they do it not because they don't have the mirror, because it's safer.
So you're just going around in circles, essentially.
Yeah. Which is kind of like my grandfather, who was born with one club foot. He was a great swimmer, but he could only swim in circles. I'm sorry.
I'm playing right into that.
Oh, my God.
How are you?
I'm good. No, this is so nice to be here. You know, my wife, first of all, Katz, Jonathan Katz married a woman named Susie Cates. Katz married Cates.
So she's a Cates Katz?
She's a Cates Katz, and 3 years ago she said she was going to go into the family business. I thought she meant comedy, but she meant lumber. Her family is in the lumber business. But this is not that funny, but it's true.
That's remarkable. I'm trying to decipher what's true, what's
it's
not.
very...
I read where you were only serious 30 seconds out of every day, approximately.
Well, I'll give you my favorite example of how this complicates my life. I have 2 daughters, 2 beautiful kids, a couple of kids not so attractive. That's
terrible.
That's just the roll of the dice. But no, when my daughter Julia was a little kid, she fell in the backyard and hurt herself, and we lived behind a nurse, and I yelled to scream that my daughter was bleeding, and she said, "Jonathan, get Susie, let me see if she's kidding me." You know, so that's where losing your credibility can get you in trouble.
I think we actually have a clip of you talking about your daughter. Let's play that.
Okay.
When my oldest was about 8, she asked me one day, she said, and she went to elementary school in Newton, and almost everybody in her class had a sibling, and she said, "Daddy, how come I'm an only child?" And I didn't know how to, I'm not good at the truth. It's not my forte. So I said, "Julia, you have an older sister, but you're always just missing her by about 5 minutes."
You really have 2 kids, right?
Yes, I do.
What do they think about being the brunt of the jokes?
No one in my family is easily abused. You know,
really?
But, you know, I mean, people think it's a laugh a minute living with a comedian. It's not.
Maybe you've set the bar so very high that it's more difficult.
My daughters have been giving me courtesy laughs for years. My wife, I don't know, she laughs at the strangest things and makes me laugh. And the thing about her that's amazing is I never know what's going to strike her as funny.
That's great. She keeps you on your toes as a comedian, I'm sure.
Yes, and as a human being, which...
Let me just ask you one. I wish we had all day to talk about this, but in 1997 you did receive the diagnosis of having MS.
Why do you have to bring it up every time I see you? No.
This is the first time we met. I'm just how has that impacted? You talk about it, you make jokes about it.
I do. It's, you know, I'm a comedian living with MS, and so it's just become, I have a cane right here. It's my hook, literally. You know, I mean, Carrot Top is the guy with the orange hair. Seinfeld is the guy who was Seinfeld, and I'm the guy with MS. So, you know, I can't stop making jokes, and I'm very competitive about other people in show business with MS. Like Terry Garr is a friend of mine. They said, "I'm going to make you wish you had lupus."
All right. Now, I'm not sure if it's appropriate for me to laugh, so I will try not to.
It is.
But again, you've got this wonderful CD out, Caffeinated. Your shows, you think, are actually sold out this week, right?
Yes, I think so. But you should check out Jimmy Tingle's website or jonathankatz.com, jimmytingle.com. You go to many.coms and then go home.
You are a treat. Please tell me you will come back on it.
I promise.
Good Morning Live. That would be great.
You kick in for gas. I'm here.
Thank you so much. Best of luck to you.